pleased to be joined by two good friends, Colleen O'Brien, Director of Campus Ministry at Caldwell University, and a young man by the name of Devin, Lattuga, student member of Campus Ministry at Caldwell University. Good to see both of you.
Good to meet you too. Here.
You go to a cocktail party, not that you drink, and someone says, Campus Ministry, what is it? You say?
I say it is a place on campus where students can come and find community, be challenged in not only their faith, but also how they can grow on campus outside of the academic classroom setting. For example, we offer a lot of service opportunities, places where students can volunteer, go on a week-long immersion trip abroad or within the States. They can engage with other members of the community to talk about their faith, talk about kind of their own sense of spirituality.
What's Boxtown?
Boxtown, yes. So
I've always heard about this.
Yeah.
By the way, I should disclose I continue to be a member of the faculty at Caldwell University, teaching a wonderful group of students there on leadership, but go ahead.
That's great. Yeah, Boxtown actually came out of an idea that students had. So, Devin, I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Actually, at a preaching conference, me and two of my fellow students, we had to make a goal to bring back to our school. And we decided on a Boxtown because one of the other students had experience with it in the past.
What is it?
So a bunch of students get together and they build box houses and they sleep outside for a night to bring.
Is that it? Take a look at it.
Yes.
That's it. Go ahead. Talk about it. Yeah. Sleep outside where?
We did it right in front of our student center, and it helps bring awareness to homelessness.
Why? Okay. Why did you think that was, and it is, so important?
Well, it's one thing to hear about statistics, and but it's another thing to experience. Like, it's an experience, you know, you're in that box, you're cold, you're tired, it hurts to sleep, and I think that hits harder than hearing a number or...
You're right. I often say numbers can be numbing, soaking the cold, but let me ask you this. Curious about something. You had a certain track, a professional track you were thinking of. By the way, I shouldn't say track because you're a runner, right? You run for the university, right? But you had a certain direction, a path that you were on. And the work that you've been doing through campus ministry changed that a little bit?
Yes. So I originally wanted to pursue corporate law. I feel that, you know, a lot of society is always pushing you to, you know, make money and, you know, acquire a lot of things with that money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But through my work with campus ministry, I decided that maybe financial success isn't what I'm going for. I want to live a life where I feel that I'm helping others. So perhaps getting into advocacy or politics, something where I can help others would be a better track for me.
You want to make a difference. And talk about advocacy, because I know that I believe he's bringing the students down to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with advocacy?
Yeah,
For whom and about what?
Yeah, so first, just to kind of expand on like the point that Devin was making, when students have these lived experiences where they actually get to participate in a simulation of sorts, they actually sleep outside in a cardboard box for the night. I know that they could go back to their warm bed, but that experience changes them rather than just hearing about a statistic. Because when you get to experience it yourself, I think there's a part of your mind, a part of your heart that says, oh, whoa, people live like this all the time, not just one night that they choose to do. A lot of people have to sleep outside because that's their life circumstances right now. And I think it just makes students a little bit more aware of that.
Talk about the advocacy part. For what?
Yeah, so I traveled to Baltimore and Washington, D.C. with two students over the summer. We have a program on campus called the Catholic Relief Services Student Ambassador Group. And for those who might not know, Catholic Relief Services is a global organization that really brings humanitarian aid around the world.
Right.
And so they hosted a conference for college students to learn a little bit more about leadership within advocacy. So we went to Baltimore for 2 days, learned a little bit about some programs that we were going to advocate for, specifically immigrants and refugees and global hunger.
Stay on that for a second.
Okay.
As we do this program, we'll date ourselves because this program will run after. There are people walking, thousands of people walking.
Yep.
In a caravan, if you will.
Yep.
Refugees trying to flee Honduras and what many say are horrific conditions. what degree do you think your students are more sensitive to their plight? Forget about the politics of this, as some perceive it, the human plight of those children, women, men, walking thousands of miles to the Mexican border and who knows where after that, trying to flee. Do you think your students appreciate it more?
I think so, yeah. With the Catholic Relief Services student group, in the fall, almost about a year ago, we put on an immigration simulation. So they actually got to, when they came up, they received a passport with an identity of someone who was trying to get into the U.S., heard a little bit about their circumstances, and then they actually got to experience kind of what it might be like to go through getting into through the immigration process. And in the end, they were either accepted to stay in the U.S. or they were denied access and deported.
A powerful experience.
Very much so.
I mean, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I'm curious about this. How do you think this has changed you, your experiences?
Well, like I said before, it definitely changed my professional
The career
track.
path I got, but as a human being, as a person.
I definitely care about others more. I see, humanity in people I didn't see. When I used to walk in like New York City or something, I would see someone on the street who was homeless, and I wouldn't, you just look ahead and you try not to think about it because it's sad to think about. But now I see the person, and now I'm trying to help.
Is that part of the reason why you're involved with what's called the Midnight Run in New York?
Yeah,
what
definitely.
Is that?
So a couple times a year, a couple students will get together, and we take a van into New York City, and we either hand out food on some trips or clothing.
What does that feel like?
It's undescribable.
Try it.
So it's very it's emotional to see just these people who are so downtrodden, but they're so thankful and so happy to receive a shirt that may not even be the correct size, or a little bit of soup, and that thankfulness really just shows how much we have and how we should be thankful as well.
Finally, what would you say to all the other folks, young folks, so-called millennials or soon-to-be millennials, who say, that's great, not me, you say?
Well, I would say give it a try. You never know.
Makes a difference.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Devin, and I want to thank you, Colleen, for bringing a powerful message to our audience. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks for having us.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
We'll be right back right after this.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of Caucus New Jersey has been provided by the Russell Berry Foundation, Summit Medical Group, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, St. Joseph's Health, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, New Jersey Resources, and by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. Caucus New Jersey has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.